are forever.
Hi everyone, I'm Melissa.
I'm Bare.
And it is Friday night and we are home showing you stuff from the Goodwill bins.
We're a wild bunch.
Wow, exciting. Actually, it was pretty exciting for me. We went to the bins twice this week, Wednesday and again today. Neither time we found like amazing things, but we found some really solid pieces.
Well, once again, I feel like I didn't really find anything, but that's good.
Yeah, you did okay.
Yeah.
So the first bag was $23 and change. I don't have the receipt, and I will show you that. Here is the first piece. This is the piece I'm most excited about. I shouldn't be. It is in excellent condition. It really feels new, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It has a label. It's not Pendleton, which is what I thought it was. I cannot believe somebody didn't take this, though.
So Pendleton is a very good brand?
Yeah, there's a few good brands, but I would have assumed this is Pendleton. Have you heard of Pendleton?
No, that's why I'm about to ask you, what's that? Is Pendleton make blankets? Is that what that is? Or what is that?
Blankets, clothing. They've probably expanded into other areas at this point, but blankets are they're well known for.
Okay.
So this is made in India, El Paso Saddle Blanket Company. So it's not even wool. The wool ones are the good ones, but oh.
I can't believe that this early in the game we're going to have to go with the musical reference, but we absolutely have to.
Good.
Well, first of all, people are probably not going to, there's going to be few people I think even know this song, but there's even a more bizarre story coming with it. El Paso is a song by Marty Robbins.
Okay.
And it's about his love for this girl. And
is this family friendly?
yes, it is, yes. And anyways, he sees this girl and he's in love with this girl, and this guy comes, and so he challenges this guy. So it's an Old West, so he shoots this guy. So then he leaves, but he stay away from her. He can't stay away. His love is too strong, so he goes back and he gets, because the law's after him, so he dies in her arms. He dies in her arms, yes. Cradled by two loving arms that I'll die for.
Oh.
One little kiss and Felina, goodbye.
Oh, I've heard this song before.
Yes.
You've sung it.
Yes, right. But a guy came up to the Clam the other night and wanted to know if we did that song.
No way.
Right. And I said, I do that song at the retirement homes. And so he's asking BC, and BC's like, maybe I can talk him into it. I'm like, no, there's like 3 pages of words for this song, because it's it's like a novel story, right? Yeah. Like even when I was trying, when I format my stuff, I try to make it fit in a couple pages. I could not make this fit into two pages. So it's like 3 pages of lyrics. I was like, there's no way I can do it. But I just thought it was so bizarre that this guy came up and asked for El Paso by Marty Robbins.
And now even more bizarre.
Yes, that you brought it right over here. So.
You're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a major find. It probably won't bring more than like $40, but it's in such nice condition. And for being in the bins,
the colors are
thing.
really bright colors and everything.
You want to toss that? We're tossing things today somewhere.
Well, we're putting them in over here in this bin.
There we are. Next are some random glass fruit.
Oh, I didn't even see those.
They made them through the bins. So there's a pair.
That's amazing.
Right, they're so delicate. I don't think they're Christmas ornaments.
No, they don't have a hanger on them. They'd have a hanger on them if they were Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. These things you just sit around and look at.
Yeah, they're pretty doodads.
Yeah. This looks like a dolphin coming up out of the water.
I don't know. I don't know what these are. Like, what fruit is this? Can you see this? It's like a yellow swan fruit.
Yeah.
But amazing.
That really is amazing. And do you think those are worth a little bit of something?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I have a Patreon person who collects certain types of things.
That'll be fantastic, because those are really cool.
I'm going to have to pad them. They're gorgeous. Like, they're so, I don't know what that's called. Not rivets in a diamond, but like facets or something. They catch the light beautifully.
Have we told the story before here how I shipped some stuff for you once?
No, but if you set that aside, you are welcome to tell that story.
Well, years ago, my girl said...
Like 15 years ago.
My girl said somebody bought this plate. This plate needs shipped. And
I was working at BMW at the time, and my hours were from 8 to 8.
Yes.
And I was still selling on eBay. Mm-hmm. So you were helping.
So I was helping. you'll find how much I helped in this particular instance. She's like, this plate needs shipped. So I knew that she shipped certain stuff in like plastic bags because it's like a flat fee. Is that what it is?
No, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper. So I just put it in a plastic bag and sent it off. And it arrived. I didn't
know he did this. He just said he shipped it.
Yeah.
And a few days later, the person said, I got the many, many pieces of this broken plate.
Yeah.
You had no wrapping. She wasn't even mean. She was just kind of like incredulous, I think.
Well, rightly so.
Yeah, definitely. So then I wrote and I said, I'm so sorry. I had my husband wrap it.
My stupid husband sent
And
this.
then she was cracking up and no, it's just a thing. But yeah, you try.
I did try, yes, but I wrote fragile on it in my defense. I wrote fragile on it, so I thought that would take care of it.
You thought the whole postal system was going to be like...
Well, it's fragile, so, okay.
Let's check both sides to see if
Well, you could even tell
fragile.
that there was something inside it.
Could totally
so I mean, with the feel and the fragile, come on, it should have been covered.
We have a few of these. Here is another one. You want to tell the folks what we're doing with these?
Well, not that one, but this one in particular, we got similar bottles to this from FabFitFun once, and they're thermos bottles. They work really well.
They do.
But for me, they don't hold enough liquid because they're only like 16 ounces. I don't know.
Yeah, and here is our liquid.
Well, that's yours, but even when I drink stuff, I take it with me. This is big enough. So, but we know that they're really good bottles and they're fairly expensive. So at the bins, they're cheap. So, as you know, we keep things in the car to give to the homeless.
Yeah. And
it's very hot down here. So once in a while when we leave, my girl puts a nice cold water in here and covers it up. And that way, even if you don't see anybody for a while, it'll still be cold when you hand it to them. Yeah. So the first guy that we handed one to down at the corner said, "Is there vodka in there?"
He did.
Yeah. And I said, well, we gave him $1 too. And I said, you can use the $1 to buy some vodka.
And then this one is for you. This is a thermos.
And you'll be so proud of me. I am taking these out of the bin that we're throwing things in.
Smart.
And moving them. Yeah.
I have no idea how those made it through the bin.
I don't either. It'd be a shame if I broke them. Yes, now this is a thermos that actually had a handle on it one time, but this is probably at least, I would say this is a quart.
Okay.
I would say this is a quart.
It probably also had like some kind of cup.
Oh, lid on it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you could pour it, but it's mostly, you can smell it. It smells like coffee. I say you can smell. Let's just scratch and sniff. Here you go. Okay. Well, anyways, but this holds more liquid, so I can put more liquid in that.
So what I'll do to disinfect and clean these for him or the homeless would be to put
Quit giving my thermos
water.
away. Quit saying the homeless is not getting...
No, I'm saying I'm doing it the same way.
Oh, okay.
Would be to fill it about halfway with water and then halfway with white vinegar. And that way it really neutralizes any scents. I don't want things to smell like coffee if I'm putting water in them.
Well, no, but in the end, it won't smell like vinegar either, will it?
No.
Okay. Because that would not be good either.
Yeah.
I'd rather have coffee smell than vinegar smell.
Yeah. We're going to go through quickly of some non-exciting items. Ice cube trays.
I guess we don't want any stories since we're going quickly?
Go for it.
Well, my girl drinks tons and tons of water, and she likes her water really cold. So, and the water, she tastes something in our water here that she doesn't like. That's fine. My taste is not that sensitive, but she doesn't like it. So we have a refrigerator with an ice maker that had an ice maker and even went through a filter, but she still didn't like the taste of the ice cubes. So I said, we need a portable ice cube maker.
Yeah, like a countertop.
Yeah, countertop one. So she went on Amazon and got, at my urging, I said, please go on and buy one of these. So she went on Amazon and bought a ice cube maker that went on the counter, but now we were assuming that it really upped our electric bill.
It did. It totally upped our electric bill. I keep track of all of that.
Yes.
So I contacted Amazon. It was in the 30 days. And I said, we're sending this back. Like, this is not just upping our electric bill, but like ice cubes that would get stuck in the beam and then shut the whole thing down. It was just a hassle. It was $100. And they said, well, we'll fund you in full. Keep the ice maker. Yeah. So then I sold the ice maker for $30 on Facebook, disclosing that I got it for free. Yeah. But somebody is now enjoying our free ice maker.
So anyways, we're back to using ice cube trays, which is fine, but I also encouraged her. Actually, I did the research on that and find a bigger one.
You did.
I found ice cube trays that the cubes are about like that big. Yeah. So
So there was that short story.
That was a short story, yes. We've had other things that we've tried to return, and they told us to keep them.
I know Amazon's so weird sometimes.
One was, remember the one in Pennsylvania, what it was? A huge item.
No, I don't.
A couch. A couch came.
A leather couch.
A white leather couch.
White leather couch.
Just had a few spots on it, which we weren't saying we want our money back. We're just saying, what are you going to do about these few spots? And they're like, oh, we'll refund you totally, keep the couch.
They refunded us. So we kept the couch.
Yeah.
It was fine.
We like those deals.
Brand new Tupperware. We're selling, with putting items in Patreon boxes. If you don't know, it's like a subscription box where I put together a care package specifically for somebody every month. So some of the items are going to be the same, but a lot of them are customized. And I'm finding myself needing a lot of little things. For instance, I put together some hand lotions and some of like my nicer items, and I divvied them up. So these will be great for that. I only found a couple here and there, but I picked them up now.
I know we don't make a big deal about this, but for anybody that's not first time watching, you want to explain just quickly what Patreon is?
Patreon is a website where you could click in to support us for any amount, $2 up to $35, and they all have perks. The end.
Yeah, so that's what some of those are for.
Scissors.
Yes, and we have an abundance of scissors, but these seemed like really good scissors. So
Good
right?
scissors.
But aren't they?
Fiskars, yeah.
Is that a good name?
It's an okay name. It's like a Walmart Target name. And then we have some tinsel. Mm-hmm. I loved adding tinsel to my tree when I was little.
So what is it since we don't really put a tree
Patreon.
up? Oh, okay. See, it's good we explained that because another thing.
Yes.
This is gross.
Okay, so wigs. Wigs do fairly well if they're not Halloween wigs. Both of these are not Halloween wigs. This one is Vivica A. Fox, which I recognize that label. This one is a fake hair. This one is real human hair. So that's really nice. So what I'll do is soak these in some shampoo, just a mild shampoo, and maybe a little bit of conditioner, and then just curl them out. But this one's 100% real hair. It will look much better, but again, bins.
Yes.
But isn't that amazing? This is
yes,
real
it's a little
hair.
Upsetting to me. Just when I said that, I didn't mean that. You know, it's a good item, and once it's clean, it'll be great because a lot of people need these if people are going through treatments and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and elderly and even famous people wear wigs when they go out because doing your hair every day takes forever. Like my mom does her hair every day. Oh my goodness, I don't know how she does it. Like this is as fancy as I get with my hair.
I do mine every day.
You do. So those might bring like $20 to $30. This is a puzzle. It's a Patreon puzzle.
Well, once again, it's good that whoever donated this taped it shut.
Yes.
Because then we didn't lose any pieces.
850 pieces.
Are you going to count those?
No.
Score.
I found this.
I'm so sad that you found this, not me. For those of you that know, I have a fond affection for power tabs. Just because in Pennsylvania I used them a lot. But I use them a lot here too, actually.
You do.
I mean, for my gig.
You set up the lights.
Yeah, for my gig. It's good to have them.
Yeah. So. And then there's another one coming.
Another power tab?
Not a power tab, an extension cord.
Oh, okay.
Did you find this? I think
yes,
you found
I did find this.
So as you know, I have CRPS, which is a nervous system disorder. It's in all 4 limbs confirmed, and possibly my abdomen, which is why I get lidocaine shots, and I got them yesterday. So good. And a lot of times just being in bed a lot, not feeling well, my muscles kind of knot up, and this is perfect. It looks like it's from like the 60s, 70s, but the one we have from today is too heavy for me to like really put back here. And this has been working beautifully, so I'm thrilled.
It also looks like my dad fixed this.
I know, somebody spliced it.
The only thing is if my dad would have fixed it, like the plug in the end would have been like this big around if he'd have spliced it in.
Like a 220 plug or something. Yeah. Your dad was always great about that.
Yeah.
Should we do the Dyson parts next?
Sure.
I am so excited. I think there was a Dyson. Somebody pulled the Dyson. There's a big black bag of parts. I'm just going to quickly pass these on and you can set them on the table.
Okay.
Nope. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to dump them all over.
Okay.
Okay, so here they are. These are all Dyson.
Well, you didn't start over.
Oh, so bins came out. There were a whole bunch of vacuum cleaners on the top. People, of course, line up, say go, get a spot, go. They grab all the Dysons. Then there's this big plastic bag full of parts. And it's sealed, and it's that heavy, like, lawn care bag. So I rip it open, and all I needed to do was see one part. And I took it because they're all Dyson parts. And Dyson parts do really well. It looks really clean. So here's all what we got.
My only question in that story is what kind of bag? A garden or what kind of bag?
Like, you know those really thick outdoor bags that are black and you can collect leaves in, and they're like
You just
much
mean heavy
bigger?
duty garbage bags?
Yeah, they're not really for garbage. They're for like outdoor garbage.
Oh, okay.
Are you holding it
I
up?
was not aware of that.
Oh, okay. There's that one. Here's this one.
Okay.
We'll go through them rather quickly. Some of these look brand new.
Yeah.
Here's this one. I've never even heard this one.
This is apparently curved for some, like, to go on. I don't know how that was supposed to work.
There's more.
Okay. And they're fairly clean, too.
Right?
Yes.
And I didn't clean them yet, so.
Well, that's probably because these are things that people don't tend to use.
Yeah, I've got a few more.
Oh, look how this goes fun. This is oblong. I don't know if you can see how that turns oblong.
The gear sniff. What is that one? No idea.
Oh, well, it's just a bigger, I should say smaller. It doesn't take as wide of a cut as some of these other ones do. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
I think that's all of them. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 vacuum parts. And even these small ones should bring about $10. And the big ones might bring $25, $30. So we might have at least $100 worth of stuff here. Okay, in stark contrast to that, we're gonna give you these and see if you know what these are about.
Wow.
Somebody made them.
Okay.
What did they make them from? Something you use every day in the bathroom.
Oh, it's toilet paper, empty toilet paper rolls.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
and then
cool.
they painted them and glued them. But isn't that pretty genius?
Well, yes, but why?
For decorations, for
Oh.
free decorations, all it would take is a little bit of glue, and a thing of red paint is like 52 cents at Walmart.
Sure, in like 4 hours of your time.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay.
Well, you could do it with a kid's class.
Okay.
You could string them up and create a banner. Oh, so many
You know,
things.
now that you've given me those, scenarios, I see
know.
that they're unlimited.
But I'll probably just add them as packaged.
You can wear it as a
toppers.
ring.
A really giant ring.
Okay.
Okay, some ribbon. I come across a lot of curling ribbon. I don't pick it up, but this one had aqua.
Well, also, it's unusual you don't take it off of the holder. So,
Yeah.
But I can see it's brand new and sealed. So.
Yeah. Then we have this grow green ribbon in shades of aqua.
What's that? What's growth grain?
Run your finger through it. There's lines.
Yes. So.
That's what makes it grow green.
So it has nothing to do with the color or the size or any of that. It can be any kind of ribbon that's this material.
Yes.
It's the material.
Yep. And then, as everybody knows, as you know, I make hair ties for package toppers, and I found 2 with anchors. So it's elastic, and I should be able to make at least 4 hair ties per thing.
Does grow green material get in anything but ribbon? Like,
Not
are
really.
there shirts made out of grow grain or anything like that?
No, I would say no.
Okay.
2 little bows. Did you find this?
No.
I thought you did. It's blue velour with little pink beads and says, "Gone shopping. Come see what I bought."
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
Loved
And
that.
quite appropriate for our video.
I know. Then I just picked up a whole bunch of autumn leaves to sprinkle through the October boxes. Everybody will get a few leaves. It'll just make it feel a little bit
Well,
autumnal.
I can't reference it, but all I know is "Autumn Leaves" is a lyric from some song. I can't think of it right at the moment, but
Oh, challenge. Who knows that
"Autumn
song?
Leaves, Autumn Leaves Begin to Fall" is just a small excerpt out of the song. I don't think that's like the title or the hook or anything, but I remember that lyric.
You remember a ton of lyrics. We have glass candy cane ornaments. Big Lots wanted $4 for them.
So these
Package toppers.
are Christmas tree ornaments?
Yes.
And how do they get hung though? Oh, I see. You put little things on there, little ribbons.
Yep.
Okay.
Couple stickers really quickly and paper goods. Oh, I found another little bow.
An
So
aqua.
tiny.
Well, it's sort of blue, I guess.
Yeah. Note cards. I will always take note cards, especially cute ones. These were fairly cute. I'll take pictures. This girl's dancing at the beach. There was an out-of-date planner. It was like from 2016. And I went through it really quickly because a lot of planners have stickers. And although the planner won't work, I just peeled out the stickers. So I can send those to my sister or anybody doing planning stuff. And some fun tissue paper.
That is fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Just something different. You know, I order tissue papers and this isn't as nice quality, but it'll work.
Okay.
I am almost through mine. Here, you can show that.
Oh. Glue. I find myself in need of glue quite often. In fact, the particular set of pair of shoes that I'm wearing has one little part that's flapping around. It was flapping around because it came loose, but the shoes are perfectly fine except for that one little. So I tried Elmer's.
He wears New Balance, so
Yes.
yeah.
I tried Elmer's glue. That didn't work too well. So last night I have this adhesive that we use to repair the skin on my drums, like the skin on peels a little bit, and it was really good glue. And so far, it's working okay.
Great. But this glue will also keep. We have a glue bin for all of our different kinds of glue, and Bear's right. Like we use glue.
Yeah. Why do we use so much? That's weird, right?
I have no idea. It is weird. Maybe it's partially because we buy used items. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I have to do it. Now you can do it.
What's it do?
Because if I have it slightly off, you'll hear 2 claps. But if I sync it perfectly, you'll hear 1 clap. Because you're hearing this and you're hearing the audio in the thing.
All right.
Next, I found this for Bear.
Yes. And now this is good because I can explain my fondness for power tabs. Power tabs, as opposed to, this is called a household extension cord, although it does have a really cool end on it you don't see on most extension cords.
Fancy.
But you see the wiring is much lighter gauge. So if you run multiple items on this wire could get warm because of the current going through it. But a power tab has, it's much thicker wiring.
And a surge protector. This isn't a surge protector.
Right. Although it does have I don't know if that just means it's plugged in. It has a little blue indicator light on it there.
Yeah, maybe it is a surge protector.
No, this is not. No, this is a household extension cord. But I think this little red light just shows that it's plugged in.
Nice. It looks fancy. It looks like it would have been like $2. Okay, last few items. I loved the aesthetics of this. I have been looking for, Bear's gonna roll his eyes because he has no idea, some kind of watering can with a very strong aesthetic lately. And this one's stainless steel. It is missing whatever little cap might have been up there. But I love this for a couple reasons. One, I can absolutely send this to a Patreon plant lover. Or come spring, I think the lines on this would go really well with our board. So it'll probably go to a Patreon member, and you could literally just put a few sprigs of like roses or peony in there. Wouldn't that be lovely?
A few sprigs?
Yes.
A few sprigs. What are sprigs?
Sprig is like a one single stem. So sprigs would be more than that. Like just
so if you put a flower in here, it's called a sprig?
Yeah, like the flower and the stem.
Okay, that's a sprig.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not this thing to go up your nose that you make
a neti
better?
pot? No, I'm saying no.
Okay.
I don't like that idea.
Well.
Then we got this poor creature. She's a puppet.
Well, it's probably vintage, right?
It is vintage. I have no idea who she is. I thought maybe it would be one of those things that, so cute, that I would find like another one, but I never found more. And then I felt bad leaving her. I have a connection to this poor puppet. But so if you know who she is or if you'd like her, let me know. She's plastic in the head, so she can't be very...
Plastic in the head.
She has no markings that I can see, though. I thought something maybe romper room related, but it's not. I don't know.
Okay.
And the very last item from the first day was this. I'm going to put the last battery in it.
Okay. Now, I did find this.
You did.
Because I knew, or I thought I knew what it was. It's a thing to project stars on the, well, on the ceiling at nighttime.
Yes. And it kind of projects.
But it isn't really what I thought it was. It turned out to be not what I thought it was.
It projects the time on the ceiling, which is really cool. And if you get it close enough to the wall, it will project stars. I'm just going to pretend that's it because it's working. So I don't know if they'll be able to see the red dot. Can you see that it turns colors? If not, I'll stick in a video where you can see it turns colors. Mm-hmm. And there's a time there too. Oh. I still think it's really cute for somebody's nursery, but it's just not for you, I don't think.
No.
Right?
No. Can you turn it off now, even though you have batteries in it?
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
And that's the end of that. That was all $23.
Okay.
And then today, again, do you want to show the bag? We bought this bag.
You want this bag at the bins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's an IKEA bag. I've never seen one shaped like that, and I loved it.
Okay. So do you want to take this stuff out and hand it to you, and you can just hand it
it's
like you did?
Completely up to you.
Yes, because...
You like that better?
Well, I didn't find anything, so...
You keep saying it. You found some decent stuff. Okay, we have two foil bakers. These are little containers to give bread, gifts, and cakes.
So you can't bake in those. You just put the cake in after you bake it. Is that it?
I don't know.
But it says bakers, so that makes it.
No, you can put it in the oven.
Yes.
400. Yeah, you could bake right in this.
So you pour the batter in there and then bake it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I might just use them for package, like boxes, basically.
Well, that makes me want to try that now.
You should make a cake.
I make a cake once in a while.
Pour it in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know. They looked kind of vintagey, but they're really cool. And just in case you wanted a recipe for liver chicken pate.
Oh, yeah.
To put in them. So 8 of those.
My last cake didn't turn out quite too well.
Do you want to tell them what you did?
Well, I bought I guess it was Duncan Hines or something, butter mix. Mm-hmm. So it said that you needed a certain amount of butter, like how many? Like 4 tablespoons or something like that?
Probably.
4 tablespoons. But I had butter, I leave butter in a Tupperware dish that's so soft so it's easy to spread. So I was thinking like, oh, I probably know what 4 tablespoons is. So I ended up with like probably 2 whole sticks of butter in this batter. And yeah, it didn't turn out too well.
Because and I told them the ones in the refrigerator that we keep have the guidelines.
Yeah, the little guidelines, yes.
But he keeps his butter.
Yeah, so when I baked it, it was getting brown on the top, but the inside was still mushy. So the outside corners, the outside of it was like kind of eating a cake that was filled with its own batter, which in itself wasn't too bad, but it was a little too buttery.
Too buttery, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Next, I found these. These are silly things. They're Dollar Tree. But as you can see, we have a theme going. And I wasn't sure at some point if I might need these for my theme. We've kind of decorated a little holiday-ish, and you're going to be seeing this at the beginning of October. But I did this at the beginning of September. We didn't really have any autumn decor. We just went right to the holidays. So you're going to be seeing this for a while.
This looks like something I could wear as a hat.
Put it on.
It doesn't fit quite well.
My bun fits in it. I have a bigger head than you do, so.
Well, I've told you before about a famous guitarist named Buckethead, who wears a bucket and a mask. You can never see what he looks like, but he's a great guitarist. Yeah. He played for the incarnation of Guns N' Roses, second incarnation or something.
Wouldn't you just be really sweaty with a bucket on your head?
I would. Well, it's a KFC bucket. It's like
the actual KFC bucket?
I believe it is. I believe it is actually a KFC bucket. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
You could look it up in Buckethead and put a picture in there.
Or not. Every time I need to look up a picture, it takes me an additional 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So Buckethead, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found this, and it looks like a white cable knit sweater. This will be going to a Patreon member as long as it plugs in. You cannot test appliances at Goodwill.
Yeah, they have locks on all of the outlets, even the ones in the bathroom.
Yeah. So you can't even go up and be like, can you plug this in? They won't do it.
Yeah.
So basically you put wax, even wax scraps of candles that are at the bottom.
Okay.
And then this heat lamp, if it works,
Yes.
just kind of melts it and it goes into the air and you get good smelly stuff.
Oh, so it is scented once it melts. Is that the case? Okay.
So
all right.
I will try that later. I'm very excited about that. Next, we have some clothing and scarves, and it's probably what we have left, basically. So, scarves. This one is hand rolled, so it's puffy. See the puffy little...
Yes, and it's not a Hermes.
It definitely is not Hermes.
I learned about those earlier.
Yes, so this one is Vera. She's a talented artist from the 60s.
Oh, it's not Vera Bradley, though.
No, not Vera Bradley. So just a square silk scarf.
Okay.
Here's another one. I loved the kind of autumn colors. It had the puffy things too.
So once again, these are just decoration scarves.
Decoration scarves. Now this one didn't have a label for who made it, but it was, I should be able to get $5 or $10. Now in contrast, this scarf, also lovely, does not have the puffy hand rolled. Do you see what I mean?
I do, in fact.
This one is machine stitched, and this one is hand rolled.
So hand rolled would be better, I guess.
Yes, and that's real silk. This one, I couldn't tell if it was silk or like a vegan silk. That's what they're calling it now. But
what's vegan silk?
It's like polyester, basically, or bamboo.
Well, what is silk made from? Isn't that from
worms?
A worm, right?
Yes.
So maybe it's a worm that just is a vegan worm.
No, I don't think so.
He doesn't eat meat or something.
This one's a long one. You can help me show this. This is Rio de Janeiro. How do you pronounce that?
Rio de Janeiro.
Okay. I butchered that. Okay, so hold it this way. And it's a map, which I thought was super cool. Are you holding the end?
I don't know. I'm just
There you go. Okay. So it's a whole map of the city in a scarf. So if you forgot to
if you were in Rio and you could wear that scarf, you're like, oh, I need to know where I am. I'll pull this off.
Right?
And remember me telling you the story about shortly after I learned of Hermes scarves?
Okay.
There was a clip in one of the shows that I was watching that referenced an Hermes scarf.
Yes.
This guy was like, how dare you take an Hermes scarf and tie it in a bow?
Yes.
Yes.
I watched that.
What was it?
It was with Blake Lively.
Oh.
And Anna Kendrick?
Yes, that was a cool movie.
Yeah, we didn't watch it at the same time.
No, we watched it
I
separately.
watched it the day before, and then you watched it. And I was like, hey, I just watched that.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you'd watched it.
I know.
Yeah, it was good.
Until I told you, yes. Okay, so this I went back and forth on.
Whoa, yeah, well, that's an ugly Christmas vest, I would say, as opposed to an ugly Christmas sweater.
It is. It originally was only $28. Who is paying $28 for this? But I really liked, there's a cat curled up, the lighting situation, the ladder is like a forest green, the whole thing, the tie on the back, this is truly 90s. It's an extra large, it's a fleece cotton, I don't know, I'll throw it up for like $9.99.
Okay, so do you remember the one place that we worked before you got sick? We were assistant managers of a retirement home, and one of the ladies there wore a sweater, and did you say something to her about an ugly sweater or whatever?
Well, I had plans on wearing ugly Christmas sweaters for the whole week leading up because we were working 24/7 for Christmas week. So I had planned out like ugly Christmas sweater outfits. And like day 3 or 4, she came in with one. I was like, oh, how cool, you also have an ugly Christmas sweater. And she didn't know what another.
She didn't know what that was.
She was like my age. She was just a little bit older than me.
Yes, but she was like, but fortunately she wasn't offended by it. But,
she wasn't, hopefully.
Yeah, because she could have been like, what do you mean? This is not an ugly Christmas.
Yeah, so I had to tell her the whole thing.
Yeah, and say, sorry, I just said your sweater's ugly. No.
Okay, I found some brand new swimsuits. This one is a size 16 crossback. Just a really nice
It's a great color.
Great color. Goodwill wanted $5 for it, which is probably why it didn't sell.
And did you see in one of our comments when I mentioned one time, I said this, you can tell it's a swimsuit by the material?
Yeah.
And somebody said that's such and such material.
Oh, I didn't see that.
One of the comments said, Bear, what you're feeling, it's such and such material, that's why it's a swimsuit.
Oh, I'll have to go through the comments. This one's also brand new. It is a larger one, larger than the 16 at least. It is 24.
Okay.
Loved the colors. It's skirted, but the skirt has like a vent. You know what I mean? Like a little kick.
A slit, yes.
Yeah, a kick slit.
So it's easy to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
Brand new. This one is also brand new. Size.
It's funny that somebody bought these and never wore them.
I know, 24 and 3 different sizes wound up at the bins.
No.
This is a 24W. So the last two could have been owned by, I love this print. Halter ties, swim dress, tropical leaves. Very tropical. Oh, I'm almost finished here. Wow, we did not do too well here. Abercrombie.
Oh.
These weigh 4,000 pounds, but I bought them anyway. They have the metal zipper. They're distressed. This is a great thing to look for. They're size 34, so good average waist. The button has cracked, but I'll replace the button. I've got buttons all over the place.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are these buttons all over the place?
Well, they're just in one place, organized.
Okay.
In my
on one of those
nightstand
drawers.
drawer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
like
I know
little
most
cup.
of the places that stuff is saved in our house, and I didn't realize.
You didn't know where the buttons were.
Right.
Now you know.
Also, your brother at one point was a store model for Abercrombie and Fish.
Yeah.
Right?
He was.
The whole family's good genes. The whole family's beautiful.
Okay. I guess we'll do these next.
Okay.
I debated. They're Kate Spade. They're not in terrible shape. Like the bow's really nice, but the leather sole is peeling, and I'm hoping we'll
You know what we need for that? We need glue.
Glue.
Yeah.
And they're a size 8. But they'll clean up really nice if I can just get that bit down. Right?
I think we can probably do that.
Yeah. Then I had some material. Again, this will just be in a Patreon box. I'll wrap something with it.
Oh, it's Halloweeny?
Yeah, kind of Day of the Dead.
Yeah. This looks like something. I follow Slash on Instagram.
Okay.
You know, the famous guitarist Slash.
Cool.
And he's really into like old vintage horror movies. I mean, most of them are risque as well, but
Yeah.
But this looks like something he would post on his Instagram feed.
Yeah, really cool though. And I recognized the designer of the this is Alexander Henry Fabrics, which is a fairly famous fabric producer.
Okay.
And this one's from 2007.
All right. Once again, how in the world
I
do
don't
you
know.
this?
My brain.
Okay. But you've read that somewhere. You've read somewhere that I mean,
know.
how did you come to know that this person was...
When I was sewing, I used to sew like my own skirts when we were at retirement communities because I couldn't find anything like on theme enough. We had theme days like Steelers Days or Pizza Day. So I wanted to create like crazy patchwork skirts. So I would go to the fabric store or go online and look for fabrics, and that name would readily pop up.
Okay. All right. Well, see, that's a logical explanation of how you found that out. Yeah.
Another scarf. I pick up all the scarves that look pretty. Again, I could wrap something in this, include this for almost free.
I'm guessing you would be okay with the Pizza Day theme pretty much every day.
Oh my goodness. I am currently on an all meat diet.
Well...
And by that, I mean, I have not succeeded in a full day of doing that, but that's what my doctor wants me to try at this point, just to see if we can shake things up and get the stomach issues down and some of the joint pain and inflammation. And I try every day. It's only day 2. I did have some meat today twice, so we're calling that a win.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be fair to say most people would not understand what would be the big problem with that, but you don't.
Yeah.
You really don't like meat.
I don't like warm foods, the texture of meat.
Okay. Yes.
Ethically, I'm not like keen on it, but I could go either way. The whole thing, I'm just not. I'm very, very picky, and I'm privileged to be picky when it comes to food. These are for American Girl doll.
Oh.
Little boots. I'll have to look them up. These really might bring like $5 or $10.
And what do they have? They have a little honeybee on them? Is there some sort of bee?
I think butterfly.
Butterfly? Oh, yeah, it's a butterfly, I think, yeah.
If you had to guess, which American Girl doll do you think these belong to?
Well, can you at least give me the different choices?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, these belong to the equestrian.
Oh, sure. What's her name?
Edie.
Edie the equestrian doll. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you? Now you can tell me what the different ones are.
Well, I know the older ones because my sister grew up with the older ones. So definitely not Samantha or Molly or Josephina. Those are too old. These are like more modern boots, but they are American Girls. So I'm gonna go with Kaya.
Well, does each one have a theme though?
Yes.
So, what? Give me some of the themes. You gave me names. What are some of the themes?
They're usually set back in history. So like. Samantha is back when the Industrial Revolution, like all cars are being produced.
Okay.
Molly's during the 50s with the war and pin curls.
Oh, I got you.
Like each girl has a time represented. So the first 5 or 6 early girls were like early history, American history. The later ones are more towards like now.
Yes, and anybody can feel free to write in and say, we don't care of what kind of dolls you're. Well, first of all, but Samantha seems like a weird name for an industrial era doll. Isn't that
really? I think Samantha was fairly popular back then.
Okay.
Okay, so the Moen faucet. We found a Moen faucet. I found a Moen faucet. Looked good. It had some scratches. The top detached. It had a little bit of issues. So I just grabbed this deck plate and had Bear look it up. The deck plate was worth...
I don't remember.
$35, I think?
I doubt it's worth that much.
$25. Yeah. I'll have to put it on the screen.
Right.
And then I wasn't sure if I wanted to deal with the entire faucet because it was big. It had different pieces. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to at least try the deck plate since the deck plate is new. I think it should do well.
And do you know why people would use a deck plate?
To cover other holes?
Yes. So if you have a sink with 2 separate hot and colds,
sure,
and you want to go to a single one, you want to cover those holes, and so you can
we did that in the kitchen.
We did that in the kitchen, yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have the hose that you pull out, the extra hose. So
that's what this kind was.
No, I'm saying that covers up that hole as well. Some deck plates, yeah.
And that's the end.
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not.
We have one more thing.
Oh, we have one more thing. Okay, so everything you just saw was $18.97, so $19. This was from the first haul. It is a suitcase holder.
Like you see in hotels.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We had one of these back in Pennsylvania because we had people stay with us. And when we moved, we only brought what we could carry basically in our van. And we had a
trailer, a small trailer.
A small trailer, which was mostly your motorcycle, which...
No, we made 2 trips though. One was with the U-Haul trailer that brought my motorcycle down, which has since been sold.
Yes.
And the other trip was with a small trailer
that
I had purchased that used to be a pop-up camper, but it was converted into just a trailer.
Yeah. So we brought everything down we could carry basically, and we left this behind. And now we're having guests a couple times this month. My mom is coming next week, and then my brother, sister, and their daughter, my niece, our niece. So I liked this. It was what, $3?
I guess.
I think it was $3. Mm-hmm. So I'll use it, and then I'll see if I want to keep it or sell it.
It has fun material on it.
Yeah, this would be easy to even change if I wanted to make it aqua, but it's in really nice shape.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
The end. And I figured I would ask Bear what he's been up to. Catch you guys up a little.
Okay. Well, as you know, Tuesday night is the Clam Jam, so I was at the Clam Jam again and did 3 songs. I did, the first song was Midnight Special by CCR. I don't know if they were the original of that or not, but anyways, the Midnight Special. The second song was Tommy James, Dragging the Line. And the third song was Will It Go Round in Circles by Billy Preston.
So good, because it was played in E, and then he went up an octave and held it. Oh my goodness, so good.
But one of the stories that I do want to tell, as I would just remember, and as you see me, I don't know if you're going to leave that in, helping you, holding on to you. There's one gentleman that comes to the Clam Jam. His name is Jerry Shell, and apparently he was like back in the day. He's an older guy. I'm thinking this guy's probably late 70s, maybe even 80s. I'm not sure, but apparently he's been big in the music scene in this area for quite some time. But the sweetest little guy. But the stage you go up on just is about this high to come up on. So when I see him coming, I always try to go help him. So he now looks for me. He actually said to me, after I helped him out one time, the next week he came to me and he said, I want to ask you a favor. I go, yeah, Jerry, anything, what do you need? He says, would you help me get on stage? He goes, you helped me last time. He goes, I go, of course, I love to do that. But the place gets so crowded that, okay, BC had called him up, so he's coming up, and I see him coming, so I get up, and I couldn't even get to him. By the time I would have got to him, there was another guy there that was helping him, but, you know, the other guy that's helping him wasn't very tall either, so he ended up stumbling a little bit to get up. So anyways, I would make sure I worked my way to him to get him down off of there, and then as he was leaving, him and his wife, I don't know if they called an Uber or what they did, but this guy came to pick them up, and no, maybe it was a relative of theirs. I think it was one of their relatives, because they said. So I helped them both in the car, like I was, you know, like little
like a valet
or something. Yeah. So I helped, and she's like, "Oh, thank you," and she said, "Son, thank you, son." She said, "You don't mind if I call you son, do I?" And I'm like, "No, I think that's great." So I helped them both, but it was funny too. I didn't even tell you this. She got in the front. I helped her in the front, so I was going around the back, but Jerry was already in the back. But this guy started to pull out, and the door was still, the car's moving, the door's open. I was like, what? So they got the door closed. But yeah, he's the sweetest little guy, and if you would see this guy, this little old guy, you would think this guy should just be in a retirement home where I'm singing to him. He goes up and kills it every week. He sings these songs. He like conducts. He's like yes, he's stopping people. He's great.
It's amazing.
Yes.
The level of talent down here is phenomenal.
Yes, it's intimidating is what it is because I come here.
Bear's so good. Though.
Well, yeah, but I come here and it's like, well, this is funny. You even recently bought me a shirt that I okayed.
Yes.
It's just this fun big print shirt. It has nothing but Gibson guitars on, all Gibson guitars, and I was like, honestly, I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite wearing this shirt, like because I mean. I play guitar, but I mean, I'm a singer. You know what I mean? Like I can accompany myself, and I play a few licks here and there, but I'm not the guy that's, you get partway in the song and go, okay, you point to this guy and he does a lead. I'm not that guy. So I feel a little, you know, I mean, I just feel
we're gonna wear it for photos for a website.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how we could get a shirt with singers on, but then I probably wouldn't want to wear that either. Because if you get
sure you could.
Certain singers, I wouldn't want. If you got me a shirt with Burton Cummings on, I'd be like, well.
Maybe you, just a shirt with your face.
Yeah, that wouldn't look. That would be. What would you call that? It wouldn't be auspicious at all.
Yeah.
Right? So okay, but it's funny mentioning Burton Cummings. There's another lady there that sang. Are these stories too long now?
You're doing fine.
Okay, this lady that sang, the saxophone player who is awesome, had heard this lady sing. This lady, and I said to the guy after she sang, I said, she's sort of like a station wagon with a big, huge motor in that nobody thinks is fast and can run at all. It's a sleeper. You call those cars sleeper cars. That's what this lady is. This lady looks like she's just like this housewife. Maybe she's in her 50s or so or whatever. That, you know, she just looks like a regular, normal housewife. She went up and she sang an Etta James song, which at last is Etta James' famous song. And then she sang a Aretha Franklin song. So as I was talking to this guy, I go, two things. You're either crazy or you're really good because you do not cover those kind of singers unless you really got chops. And this lady just killed it. She killed it. I mean, she brought the house down. The place was going nuts. Yeah. Because there's this lady singing these songs and just really killing it. It was amazing. So that's what I'm saying. The kind of talent down here that you just never know who's who or who somebody's played with. In this particular case, this lady hasn't played with anybody, I don't think. But she was great.
She was that great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want other stories, or do you have stories?
What other stories? Ask me questions.
Asked you questions. What was your favorite thing so far this week?
My lidocaine injections.
Okay.
Just because the relief on that, they kill for a couple minutes, but then the relief is really good.
Mm-hmm. And what do I do for you before you go there? that I don't like doing, but I do for you.
Oh, you mark the spot.
She gives me a Sharpie, and it's this very specific spot that they have to get the lidocaine in. If they don't get it in this exact spot, it doesn't work. And that's happened before. And
it's a nerve, so it moves a little bit. So we really have to get it.
So she's like, okay, push here. And then when she does a little bit of a crunch, if I hit the right spot, she's like, terrible pain for 30 seconds or so. So, and then I put a little dot on her stomach.
You do the dot, and then the doctor does the same thing, except with a finer tip Sharpie. And then does the injections. And I think this time I got 3 injections. Sometimes I get 2, sometimes 4.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
And anytime I've been with you, only got 1, right?
Yeah, that was way in the beginning, though.
Oh, okay.
Now they're bringing in more for me. They bring in the lidocaine especially for me because it expires and nobody else in the office has what I have. Lucky me. But now they're bringing in enough, the legal limit of lidocaine, I guess, outside of the hospital I'm getting.
Okay.
So that way if they miss it on the first one or it's still like a little pinchy, they can get it. So that's why I'm bruising.
Yes.
Because it's multiple. But again, after that first one, I'm kind of numb, so it's fine.
But that's what we're hoping. We have another doctor's appointment for you to see if there's a possibility that they could go in and cut that nerve and it would not.
Yeah.
So we're checking into that.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
But you reminded me of a silly thing, though. You said the legal limit. When we lived in Pennsylvania, Sheetz was one of the big convenience stores, gas station things, and they would advertise the lowest legal price that we can sell milk for. Right?
Milk?
Isn't that weird, right? Like you can't buy milk cheaper than anywhere else than Sheetz, and it's illegal if you do.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Imagine you're carrying milk out like, hey, buddy, what'd you pay for that milk? Up against the wall. That's tea. You can't get it for that.
That's so funny. Right? I don't know. Okay. No more other stories.
Okay.
But like if we had a combined story at this point.
A combined story. Wow. What would be a combined story?
What did you do this week with us?
Okay.
Beach? How about beach stuff?
Okay, that's where I was going. That's where I was going on the beach.
Okay.
Yes.
So start it over as the brand new story.
Okay. Hey, I have a combined story. Let's do that.
It wasn't staged at all. Okay.
Well, we are admittedly wimps when it comes to water temperatures. So we try to go to the beach. Our beach time is, well, first of all, with her health issues, we can't go that much. But when we do try to go, it has to be really, really hot, or we don't want to be there. So the end of September is getting a little iffy. Now, when I say a little iffy, people are just going to be like, "Oh, this is so funny," because the one day we went, it was like literally 90 degrees outside. It was the temperature was 90 degrees, but we're in the water. We're like, yeah, it's a little cold. And then every once in a while, the sun would go underneath the cloud. And we're like, oh, so we left.
And the water temperature is still in the 80s.
Yeah. So we left, but then we felt, well, you in particular said, are you sure that was the last day? Maybe that was a fluke thing. We feel unfulfilled or definite last.
Yeah, I needed a definite last beach day because when you have off and when I'm feeling well enough, like there's only certain things we can do. We don't travel. I don't sit in the car well. There's just all sorts of health fun things with me. So usually it's the bins if I'm feeling well enough to do that, or something productive around the house, like we have to hang curtains or whatever. Or the beach. So we need to know if the beach is completely off the table this year. So we went back to do that.
We went back the next day, again, 89, 90 degrees out.
Yeah.
And we walked in the water up to like, not even up to our waist, and we're both like...
My swimsuit didn't get wet.
Yeah, and we're both like... And she's like, I'm sure we get used to it. We go, we don't do that. We don't like that, get used to it. It isn't like, we just so we can say we went swimming.
Every step that hit new skin, I was like, oh.
Yeah, yes.
It was really bad.
Yes. And I, in particular, I think it'll be okay to say this, as a male, there's a certain area you don't want to get in the water. So I was like, this is probably far enough.
Yeah, you know at this
So
point.
we just turned around and said, yeah, we're done with the beach now. And it's this gorgeous day with the very little clouds in the sky.
Pretty.
And, there's tons of people swimming. And if they saw us leaving, we were like, why are you guys leaving? We're like, oh, it's too cold. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
So, but we're
We
done.
did. Can I tell them what we saw that one time?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to see a shark. I was so excited. We've been at this beach for 10, 15 years on vacation.
This particular beach we started heavily after you got sick, because before you were sick, we used to go further down. Was a
Coquina.
longer walk, but
Yeah.
this is as
But
close.
like this stretch of 7 miles, it's
Oh,
white
yes.
sand.
Oh,
in the-
absolutely.
It's like Caribbean
Yes.
water.
Yes.
We've been going there for like 10, 15 years.
Sure, that's true. Mm-hmm.
On vacation for maybe like a few weeks to a few months, and then we moved here 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know, I always forget.
Yeah.
So we've seen one shark. We've seen tons of manatee and stingrays and little fish and dolphin, a ton of dolphin, but never a shark. So we saw a shark a few years back before we moved here. It was a small nurse shark. It was fairly far out. It stayed there for
Yeah, it was just like kind of floating.
an hour or something.
it's
Like
not
I
bothering
called
anybody.
over the lifeguard. He said, yeah, it's a nurse shark. You're fine. He said,
It's a what shark?
nurse.
Nurse.
It was a nurse shark.
Okay, what is a nurse shark?
A kind of shark.
Oh no! I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I mean, is it like when he said it, is that supposed to mean like put people's mind at ease? It's not a big
it's
deal.
not like a great white.
Oh, well, okay, it's not. But it does a nurse shark probably doesn't bite anybody.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was.
All right.
If it would.
Or maybe like bites you and
really
then takes care of you later.
Huh. Hey, that's funny.
Okay.
That's a joke.
So go ahead.
So eventually the shark was out there and fairly far, but you could kind of see it. I took pictures, of course, and we went back in the water.
Yes.
Like
sure.
aware of our surroundings, but he was out there for like an hour. So this time we're in, I don't know, like chest,
Probably,
low
yeah.
chest water, and something catches my eye, and it's like moving quickly. Dolphins do one of these.
Yeah, mostly.
It's a
yes.
smooth up and down. The fin
Yeah.
goes truly like on a curve. This was not that. This was like up, jaggy, 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 down. So I tell him it's definitely closer than the last shark.
Yeah.
And it's definitely bigger than the last shark.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe 6-7 feet probably.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
So I tell him, we both start slowly backing up. You hadn't seen it the first time, I don't think.
No, not the very first time. I did see it later after you said, "What is that out
And
there?"
I'm glad you saw it later.
Yes, because it's definitely...
How far away was it?
Well, I said to you, it's probably at least 100 yards, but you didn't think that was the case.
No,
But
I wouldn't have been able to see that clearly. Like, I saw the shark.
okay,
I'm going to say from like us to your bathroom.
really, you think it was that? There's no way.
I
it was,
think it might have even been closer.
by the time I saw it, it was no way that close.
No, you didn't see it that close.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
I saw it so, like, I saw the lines on it.
Okay.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
So then we are backing up with our floats, keeping an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy next to us, did he say, like, what are you guys doing or something? Or
Well, you said something to somebody, and then some of the other people started backing out. But
Yeah.
as we went and sat down, you were still very concerned that people weren't aware of it. And
there was a family who I thought had an older child that was swimming out, like
Yeah.
in a very deep area of the Gulf of Mexico.
well, he was out further than anybody should have been, only because had the lifeguards seen this person, they don't want you out that far.
They don't want you out that far.
There's
Plus, now we know there's a fairly
shark.
good-sized shark.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't think it was a nurse shark, just by what little sharks I know. Seriously.
Okay, all right.
I looked up nurse shark after the first
Okay,
time
so
of
what
seeing
kind of
her.
shark do you think this was?
I have some thoughts. It's
No,
not
that's
a-
okay. I'm serious. So you think this is a shark that possibly could have bitten somebody? You think it was a type of shark that would do a thing?
If the right way, or if it was hungry enough, or I think it could have been. I don't
Okay.
think it was aggressive.
Okay,
But
no,
just
yeah.
by the way it was starting, even it was giving off a little bit of that sharky thing.
Okay. It's giving off a shark vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went over to the mother and I said, I'm sure your son or whatever is fine, but there's a shark out there. And she's like, oh no, we know there's a shark out there. He went out to see if he could see the shark. Okay.
Yeah. Knock yourself out, man.
Crazy people.
Yeah, right?
But he was fine. And that was last time. I had seen it 3 times. You had only seen it once or
I only saw it once, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I don't know who knows where it went to after
Yeah.
that. But
It's in Texas.
yeah, right. It could be all over the place. Who knows?
Yeah, but that was so exciting for me. And we are not going to tell that story to my brother-in-law, who's coming at the end of October, who won't get in the water.
Yeah, it's funny because he's this really big, tough guy that he's so...
Motorcycle guy,
Yeah, he's
up on roofs, that's his job. Like,
Yeah. So he doesn't want to go in the water.
yeah, which is fine. I
Yeah.
totally get it. But I was on cloud 9. Like, the adrenaline was so cool. The end.
Is that it?
I guess so.
We don't have any more stories?
I don't think so.
No more group stories, no more individual stories. We're done. Okay.
All right, that's a good place to cut it.
All right, I think so too.
Okay. You want to do?
Bloomies on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Bloomies!
We
hope your day is blooming with joy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So glad you at least saw it at one time.
Yeah, me too, sweetie.
Good idea to get the bins.
Yes.
Where's my phone? You're still attached.
I know.
Okay. I unattached my phone so it won't go down again.
We hope your day is blooming with joy.